What's up guys, B-Rob here, and today I'm going to talk about how emotional intelligence is key to conflict resolution, positive conflict resolution. I'll be right back. So emotional intelligence, what exactly is it? So what I've done is I've written a blog on leanwellonline.com, and I describe 3 points that all fit into exactly what emotional intelligence is and how we can look within ourselves and within our community and our social environment around us in order to affect positive conflict resolution. A long time ago, I can't remember who told me this, but there was someone who told me, who quoted something to me. They said, "When you lose control, someone else has it." And so that is something that stuck with me. And as I think back to all the situations where I felt like I had a negative outcome, I realized that I could track it back to times when I personally have lost control of my emotions, of my physical being, things like that. I lost control, and then I was put in a bad place, right? So a lot of times what we could do is we could go back and look at what made us lose control, whether it's emotionally or physically, and we blame that. And so we can take the victim role where we say, well, they made me do it, or this, I did it because of this. Ultimately, we are the ones that are put in that negative situation. So what we have to do is back out and see how can we get to a positive situation. What you can control is your action after that. So after you realize, hey, I'm mad right now, or I'm frustrated right now, or I'm hurt right now what am I going to do, right? So when you have a high emotional intelligence, or EQ, that's when you can say, all right, so I realized this made me do this, and this is wrong. This is an injustice. This is conflict, and I need positive resolution. So in order to get there, I need to do this. You probably have a friend who is a hothead, or a family member that's a hothead. You know those hot buttons that you could push to make them react in a negative way. And if you're like me, you're probably a good-hearted person, so you try not to do that to people. But you know you could, right? So that person may not be in control of their emotions and their reactions and actions after that. So what happens is you can control them to go do something stupid. You don't want to be that puppet. You don't want to be that pawn for someone. And so increasing or sharpening your emotional intelligence will help you not be a puppet, but it will help you kind of gain control of your actions after after you realize that you're emotional about something. Gain control of those actions in order to seek more positive conflict resolution. You got to understand social cueing. There's a leadership quote that says, "Seek first to understand, then be understood." And what I really love about this quote, and I strive to live by this daily, is, and imagine if the whole world lived by that, if everyone tried to understand everyone else and then expected to be understood themselves, like what a different world we would live in, right? When in times of conflict, in times of what appears to be just turbulence, if we take a second, understand our emotions, and then look at our environment, and then and then try to see like really what's going on, try to discern what the community is feeling, society is feeling, and then we engage after that. What could happen from a positive aspect, what could happen is you can start gaining strength in numbers. So you start realizing that these other people think the same way you do, and they want positive conflict. You can join, build another community for movement, for change. And that's when you have peaceful protest. That's when you have these huge movements, right? People with low emotional intelligence end up acting out by doing things like breaking the law and things like that. But what that does is that causes a distraction for the original movement, for a more positive conflict resolution, because you have the media, you have so whether it's social or news media, just reporting on all the negative part of it, but they're not amplifying the original message where there needs to be change, right? Because they're too distracted by the ones that are breaking the law. All right. So, and then you have the ones who are there that do have the high EQ, that are trying to push for change. But what happens is they have to now explain how they're not like the ones that are breaking the law. right? So it ends up being counterproductive against the movement and against that positive conflict resolution. That's basically a summary of the blog. Please go read it. It's at leanwellonline.com. Thank you for tuning in. This is B-Rob. Hopefully you like, share, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with others. Thank you for tuning in. I will talk to you guys.